basis. For what basis it is classifying? So some morphology is there, external, cytology is there, cytological, development process is there, embryony, okay, embryology. Other fossils are there, means something remnants are there. So on the basis of that it is being classified. Okay, so what we can say, to increase taxonomical knowledge, nomical knowledge based on cytology, embryology, okay, based on cytology, embryology, morphology, external character, morphology, etc. So but mostly having what, to organized vast number of unknown plants and animals into categories so that it can be remembered or studied easily. So this is the purpose of studying classification. Now next we have to see history of classification. Okay, next we have to see what, history of classification. So from where it started, okay, what are the processes going on, and then what nowadays follows. So we have to see history of classification. Now the classification took many time, okay, most many time. Our Vedic literature, that was started in 2500 BC, before the death of Christ, okay, and up to 650 BC, okay. So they recorded about 740 plants. How much? 740 plants and 250 animals. So what we have to say, our Vedic literature, our Vedic literature, okay, and that is having time period 2500 BC to 650 BC. So 2500 BC to 650 BC. Here what happens, this our Vedic literature recorded about 740 plants, about 740 plants and 250 animals. So from this stage, classification, what happens, start, okay. Then one Upanishad came, and that name was Chand Yog Upanishad. What is that? Chand Yog Upanishad. So Chand Yog Upanishad. Okay, so this Chand Yoga Upanishad, it classified animals. Okay, it classified animals into Divas, Andaj, and Udbhaj. Okay, so Chand Yoga Upanishad divided animals into certain groups, such as, okay, so first one is Divas. Divas means viviparous animals. So first is Divas. It is viviparous animals. Okay. Next was Andaj. Andaj means that develop from oviporous, ovum. So next is Andaj. It is oviparous animals. Okay, and last one was Udbhij. Udbhij, that is minute animals. Udbhij, and this recorded as minute animals. I have seen one question in AIPMT that which Upanishad divided animals into Divas, Andas, and Udbhij. So which one is that? Chand Yoga. Okay, what is that? Chand Yoga. Now, next after post-Vedic literature, Susrutra Samhita. Susrut Samhita also classified all substance into Asthavar and Jangam. Asthavar means mobility, having what? Mobility, that is plants. So they are not having movement capacity, immobile. They are having what? Immobile. And Jangam means they can having the capacity to movement. So they can move. Okay. So according to Susrut Samhita, Susrut Samhita. Okay. All organisms divided into two groups. Okay. One group's name was what? Sthavar. Means immobile. For example, plants. And Jangam means they are having the capacity to mobile movement, and for example animals. So who has given this? According to Susrat Samhita, organisms divided into Sthavar and Jangam. Okay, so Sthavar and Jangam. Then what happens? Then scientist came Parasar. So we have to come on that. Now, then what happened? One scientist came, Parasar, that he divided into Dvimatruka, that is known as a dicotyledon, and Monomatruka, it is telling, or Ekmatruka, that is monocotyledon. So who given this? According to Prasar. Prasara. Plants has been divided into two groups. Dvimatruka, that is known as dicotyledons, and Ekmatruka, that is known as monocotyledons. Okay, so who given this? According to Prasar, plants divided into, we can say, dicot and monocot. So dicot Dvimatruka and monocot Ekmatruka. Okay, it is given. Okay, now after that a Greek scientist came, that name was Hippocrates. What is that name? Hippocrates. That was also known as a father of medicine. Okay, So next we had to write, according to Greek scientist, according to Greek scholar Hippocrates. Hippocrates. Okay. And this is also known as what? Father of medicine. Okay. He is father of medicine. Okay. So according to Greek scholar Hippocrates, and another scientist were there also that we already discussed, that name is Aristotle. Okay. So according to Greek scholar Hippocrates and Aristotle, he is known as what? Father of zoology, father of biology, and more in father of philosophy. Father of philosophy. Okay. So according to Aristotle and Hippocrates, what he does? He does what? He defined animals into four groups. He grouped animals into four groups. What are the groups were there? Insect, bird, fishes, and whales. Okay. So groups, okay, and Hippocrates and Aristotle groups animals into following as what were the insects, fishes, birds, and whales. So this is categorized into four groups. Categorized four groups. Okay. So this you have to remember who has given this. So Hippocrates and Aristotle given four groups: insect, fishes, birds, and whales. Okay. After that, what Aristotle and Plato, people we already discussed Theophrastus. So next, Aristotle and Theophrastus. Theophrastus is who? Father of botany. Okay, so Aristotle and Theophrastus gave one book, published one book. Okay, and that book name was Historia Plantarum. What is that? Historia. So Aristotle and Theophrastus in his book Historia. This book you have to remember. Historia Plantarum. Historia Plantarum. As a name suggests, Plantarum, so it is related with what? Plants. Okay. So Historia Plantarum classified Historia Plantarum classified plants into basing their habits. Okay. So classified plants. In his book Historia Plantarum classified plants on the basis of habit. Okay, habits and habitat. Okay, so this book you have to remember that in which book plants description were there on the basis of habits and habitats. So that is Historia Plantarum. Okay, Historia Plantarum. Okay, and here what happens? The plants grouped into, they are categorized into four groups. What the groups were there? Tree, shrub, undershrub and herb. Okay, so here in this book, in Historia Plantarum, okay, in Historia Plantarum, plants are categorized into 4 groups. What were that? Tree, herbs, undershrubs, and shrubs. Okay, so these 4 groups were there: tree, herbs, undershrubs, and shrubs. Okay, and in this book, 480 plants has been given what their features and properties. Okay, so in this book, 480 plants features were recorded. Features were recorded. So what we can say, in Historia Plantarum, how much description of plants were there? So that is 480 plants. This also you have to remember for higher exams like EAMS. Okay, so this is Historia Plantarum containing 480 plants features. Okay, then next scientist came, that name was Pliny the Elder. Okay, what he does, he classified 1,000 economic plants. Who was there? Pliny the Elder. Pliny the Elder classified 1,000 economic plants. Okay, so Pliny the Elder, what he does, classified 1,000 economic plants, and book name was Historia Naturalis. What is that? Historia Naturalis. In his book, Historia Naturalis. Okay, so this book you have to remember. Okay, what book was that? Historia Naturalis. Under that, 1,000 economic plants description were there. Okay, and who has given this? Pliny the Elder. Okay, then one you can say doctor was there, that is known as father of Ayurveda. Okay, that is Charak. So according to Charak, next what came? According to Charak, who is known as father of Ayurveda. Father of Ayurveda. Okay, father of Ayurveda. He listed 340 plants and about 200 animals. So according to Charak, 340 plants and 200 animals are recorded, okay, in their book Charak Samhita. Charak Samhita. So Charak Samhita having description, how much description is there? That is 340 plants and 200 animals. This Charak Samhita you have to remember. Okay. Now, later who came? Later John Ray came. John Ray coined the term species. John Ray coined the term monocot. John Ray coined the term dicots. Okay. So later on, who came? John Ray. So we have to write that. Later John Ray came and coined the term species. Who coined the term? John Ray. Now, next, John Ray also coined the term monocots and dicots. Okay, dicotyledons or monocotyledons. These two terms, along with species, coined by John Ray. Okay. Now, this John Ray, what he does, he also traveled all over the Europe. Okay, this John Ray traveled all over the Europe and more than 18,600 plants. More than 18,600 plants he recorded. Okay, so what we can say, and a book name was Historia Generalis Plantarum. Okay, so John Ray in his book, John Ray in his book Historia Generalis Plantarum. Okay, Historia Generalis Plantarum recorded nearly 18,600 plants while their travels. Okay, this book you have to remember that who wrote Historia Generalis Plantarum, and what is that? Recorded 18,600 plants. Okay, now this John Ray also grouped animals into insect, quadrupeds, and reptiles. Okay, so John Ray also classified animals. John Ray also classified animals into insects, reptiles. Okay, he also classified insect, reptiles, and quadrupeds. So these three types of groups John Ray given for animals, but mostly he worked on, he has recorded for what? For plants. And how much plants were there? Nearly 18,600 plants were there. Okay, so that period over. Then Linnaeus period came. Okay, so then Carolus Linnaeus came, who is known as father of taxonomy. So now we have to come on that. And their classification rules regulations are followed now this time. So next is Carolus Linnaeus. Swedish naturalist, came into existence. Okay, so this Carolus Linnaeus came into existence, and what he is known as father, which is known as father of taxonomy, which is known as father of taxonomy, means rules and regulations. Father is this taxonomy. Okay, this you have to also remember, that Carolus Linnaeus, also known as what? Father of taxonomy. Okay, he published one book. That book name is Systema Naturae. Okay, what is that? Systema Naturae. So we have to write, he published, means Carolus Linnaeus, he published a book containing information of animals. He published a book containing information of animals as Systema Naturae. Okay, so in this book, and that is published in 1758. Okay, so in this book, Systema Naturae, how much species of animals were recorded? 4326. 4326 species of animals are recorded. Okay, so Systema Naturae book written by which scientist? So that is Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, and he also wrote one book that is named as Species Plantarum. Okay, and in that book 5,900 species of plants he recorded. Okay, Species Plantarum. He also published a book Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. Okay, he also published a book Species Plantarum containing information, how much? 5,900 species of plants, containing recorded information of 5,900 species of plants. Okay, 5,900 species of plants, and that was a basis on sexual character. Okay, this all what he has done. So basis on sexual character. Okay, this 500 900 species of plants, 4,326 species of animals. So this also, this book Species Plantarum also published in 1758, like that, Systema Naturae animals, and Species Plantarum plants, for plants, and Carolus Linnaeus. These three things you have to know. Carolus Linnaeus, Systema Naturae for what? Animals. How much? 4326 species. Species Plantarum, who written? Carolus Linnaeus. For what? Plants. How much? 5,900 species of plants. And what was that basis? Basis of sexual character. And this scientist, Carolus Linnaeus, introduced a nomenclature, and that nomenclature is binomial nomenclature. Okay, so Carolus Linnaeus also introduced also introduced well accepted binomial nomenclature. We'll discuss in elaboration binomial nomenclature. Okay, so these are the some systematic evolution, you can say, for what purpose, or we can say history of classification. Okay, now next we have to see what are the basic or elements of taxonomy. Okay, so we can say basics in classification, or we can say elements of taxonomy. So come on that. Basics of classification, or we can say elements of taxonomy. You already know taxonomy, systematic arrangement. Okay, so this is basics of classification or elements of taxonomy. Okay, and we already know this classification. Okay, this classification history already we discussed. Now we already know that who is the father of taxonomy. So Linnaeus. So Linnaeus gave the entire concept of taxonomy, systematic arrangement. Now one scientist is there, their name is Santa Pau. So this Santa Pau is considered as father of Indian taxonomy. So what we are telling, Linnaeus is father of taxonomy, and Santa Pau is father of Indian taxonomy. Okay, Santa Pau is father of Indian taxonomy. Okay, so this Santa Pau, father of Indian taxonomy, and Linnaeus is father of taxonomy. Okay, now this taxonomy contain fundamental elements. What are the elements are there? It has following elements. It has following elements. What are that? So three main elements are there. That is, you can remember it easily with INC. I-N-C. I for identification, N for nomenclature, and C for classification. Okay, so this contains, so first is I. So I for identification. For your remember, you can remember this term INC, identification, nomenclature, and classification. So first is identification. Now what do you mean by identification? So identification is correct place determination. Okay, correct place determination. For what purpose? For having correct name of an organism. Already having. Okay. So that we have to tell identification. It is determining. It is determining the correct place. Okay, it is determining the correct place in a system of classification. Where it will be utilized? In a system of classification. So in a system of classification. Okay, it is determining the correct place in a system of classification and find out the correct name of an organism and find out the correct name